Connection, huh? All right,
You want me to wait for the first person, or you want me
to do your goofy shit that you be doing, man? Because people always see this after they watch the recording.
What up? Welcome back
back
to another episode of Cultivated Ignorance. I am Will, the host.
I'm Mike, your still favorite host, obviously.
Absolutely not.
Absolutely true.
We are joined today by the one and only Mike. Do
World's
it.
greatest. Are we actually hitting the table this time?
You say.
What am I doing? The amazing Na'Cha Saeed?
Saeed?
Okay. You said your name like it's a game.
Hello, everyone.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
You're awesome. How you doing? You doing good?
Yeah.
You're fantastic. You look fantastic. So
Thank
you.
I tried today.
Are you nervous?
A little bit.
Don't be.
There's no reason to be nervous in front of us because we're nobody.
It's just the cameras.
We good.
Yeah.
Talk about yourself poorly like that, okay?
Yeah.
I am somebody.
Say it out loud. I'm talking to you, Na'Cha.
Say what?
I am somebody.
No, see, I thought that was on him.
No. He says it all the time, and it's not right.
Fair enough.
We are going to be speaking to Miss Na'Cha today about women in hip hop. She is co-hosting a lovely event coming up. It's called We Can All Eat. It's being put on by Cre Speaks Media. It is going to be at TAPS Art Center. We're going to be talking about that and the importance of women in hip hop today. So we got a dope show. We got other stuff we're going to talk about also. But we're going to let Mike do his...
You see me trying to share the thing. You going to
do his piddly little church announcements. Maybe if you were prepared and you did your share before.
Always prepared. Thank you everybody for joining us. Ben, you ugly as hell. You came in the chat. Call us ugly.
That's funny.
This is our fan base now. So
Yeah.
they come in here, they call us ugly, they insult us, and then they tune in next week.
It's just love.
And he'll be asking to be on the show soon.
Yeah, and then he'll be on the show to say it in person. That's what he does. Church announcements for this week, man. Coming week. What'd you say?
I said, but we do like him on the show. He's cool.
Yeah, all right. Sunday, April 21st at 8 p.m. It is the Poetry Jam once again. This time featuring the lovely Kyla Janae Lacey. You familiar with Kyla? Local poet?
I'm not.
She's been on, yeah, she's a cool person. She's been on Right About Now. She's been on Huffington Post. She's gotten, I feel like, almost millions of views at this point. Extremely dope poet. She'll be performing alongside Mike Stone and the Critical Band. They're always awesome. And the show will be hosted by Spirit, the tattoo poet, a good friend of ours. I'm hoping to have Spirit on the show sometime soon. Because Spirit has a radio voice.
Yeah.
And he would add...
Hey, Spirit, we want you on the show, man.
Come to the show, man. I tagged you in the thing. You better be watching. Yeah, man, that's April 21st at 8 p.m. Cover charge is only $10. This goes down at every third Sunday at the Weekend Restaurant and Lounge. If you have not been to the Weekend yet, it is very dope. Me and Will don't party no more. We wash.
You watch, bro.
No, we watch. He's a dad, so he's super washed.
No.
But it's a very dope event. So check that out. Next up, April 27th at 9 a.m. I know it's kind of early for a Saturday, but 9 a.m. my boy Jay Halim will have his I Won't Starve Entrepreneur Development Workshop. Jay Halim owns a ton of businesses out here. He's a great person. Many of you know I started my New Growth. She didn't seem like my transcription anyway. I feel you know, it's cool. I understand. Many people know I started my New Growth Artist Collective this year, and he was nice enough to be my first panelist. Gave a ton of great knowledge, a ton of great experience to up-and-coming entrepreneurs looking to make real money with their art. He's an awesome person. He has an all-day workshop at Midlands Tech, April 27th at 9 a.m. It is $50 to get in there, but it's great value, amazing value. If you want to take control of your life, find to make your own money using your own skills, and own your own business, there's nothing like it. I just definitely recommend it, man. It's going to be great. Last but not least, one of the main reasons, I think Cree is in the building in here somewhere. I can't see her, but anyway, April 27th that night. So after you learn how to be an entrepreneur all day, you can get your party on all night. April 27th at 8:30 p.m. at the We Can All Eat Showcase going down at TAPS Art Center. That is created by our good friend, Ms. Cre Branch, owner of Cre Speaks Media. It is co-facilitated with the lovely Ms. Na'Cha Saeed. And it's going to be a really dope event. Yeah, we helped the hand. It's going to be an all-female rapper showcase. It's gonna be rappers like Rudy Hayes, K the God. My personal fave, the Black Art Rebels, Wanobi G, and Sky High. Some of my favorite poets gonna be leading the cipher. It's gonna be stupid dope. Yeah, we wanted to talk a little bit more about that now. Are you excited about the event? No?
I am super excited.
What do you think this event like this, like you said, an all-female rapper showcase that we just gonna be empowering women to just do their thing and get their thug on and centered it all around women? Like, what's the significance of something like that in our community?
I mean, well, first of all, like it empowers women, but these women are already empowered.
Absolutely.
These women have been doing their thing in the community. They've been, hustling, so to speak, for their face, their brand, just the respect of what they do. It's really just giving everybody an opportunity to really be aware of what goes on in the community, what we have in South Carolina and surrounding areas, because a lot of people really just aren't knowledgeable in women MCs, period. So it's just really an opportunity for everyone to come out and make themselves aware, get to know them, network with them, because these women they've been doing big things. We got some.
A lot of them have popping for a very long time.
Yeah, definitely. I know one of my favorites, Ray Lejeune. I'm gonna say her name wrong. Ray Lejeune. She just recently had a video premiere for one of her singles, Bounce. And she actually did the event at the Nick Theater, and it was super dope.
She did a music video premiere at the Nick?
It was super dope.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's when you know you pop.
It was very well put together. Yeah, she directed, or didn't direct, she produced everything, I do believe. Her director's name eludes me right now. Apologies. I know he's well known in the community too. I don't know exactly what his name
Spike Lee
is.
is the director.
He's not the director.
Spike Lee? Okay.
Ryan Coogler.
Yeah,
Right.
that's not it either. That'd be great.
To do that during Dark Knight. Christopher Nolan.
We ain't there yet.
Okay.
But that's goals, because I'm sure she can get there.
Oh, no, she will.
It was dope. But I know it's on YouTube and everything now, so it can be watched and streamed and things.
Wonderful.
But yeah, she'll be there. Just an incredible lineup of talent, and I'm super excited just to even be in the mix with everyone.
Absolutely.
Brushing up on because I've been on the low for a while.
You have, and I have missed you dearly.
Oh, missed you too. No.
The poetry and the sister solstice.
I've been working and laying some foundation.
Mm-hmm.
Got some cool things coming up. So yeah, this event though, everyone needs to be there. Make sure you come.
Everyone, that means you.
Mm-hmm.
Get your tickets right now. It's on TAP's website, I believe.
Their Eventbrite.
Eventbrite.
Mm-hmm.
Get them immediately.
Get them immediately. Yeah. If you haven't already, follow Cre on all of her socials, medias. Her media platform, Cre Speaks Media.
Mm-hmm.
Cre Does It All is her tag on IG.
Mm-hmm.
Cre spells CRE. So yeah, make sure you show that young lady some love, because she's a hardworking individual. She does her thing. She's present in like a lot of the events happening in Columbia. She's always got an ear to the streets and what's going on, and she's really always showing love and showcasing the greatness that all the creatives and music and entertainment industries have in Columbia. So
honestly, I don't know a whole lot of other platform owners in Columbia that are as in tune with indie artists out here, besides Cre and another good friend of ours, Candace Johnson.
Binact.
With Binact, like you don't even, people say there's nothing to do in Columbia, but we got
there's so much to do in
so
Columbia.
many things, so much art here waiting to explode.
Yeah.
Cre just tagged all her she tagged all her things in the chat as she should have.
Yeah.
Thank you, Cre. Absolutely.
There's a ton. I mean, yeah, women led. And then in South Carolina as a whole, this isn't Columbia, but Ill Vibe Tribe, Charleston, out of Charleston, Sabrina, Asia, they're kicking ass up there. Their event platform and just their whole movement is incredible. Off the top of my head, yeah, Binact, I go hard for Binact, of course.
You should. As you
Don't lean
should.
into the mic. Of course.
She's disrespectful with you.
So yeah.
You try and be friends with people. You
Listen.
try and come in. You try and ease them in.
We'll
You try
work
to
on
ease
the
them in.
friendship part later. We gotta get
These
serious.
bars off first, though.
What?
Oh, no, that's what you said.
Oh, see, hard drop bars.
No.
So like is, me just being appreciative of music, not being really on the scene or whatever.
Mhm.
Why do you think that it's harder for artists, but women specifically, to pop off, in Columbia, in South Carolina. I think the only person I've ever heard of, especially a woman popping off out of Columbia, is Rennie Rucci, and that's happened recently.
Yeah. And shout out to her. All respect for the hustle, the grind. As a creative, I can't help but always pay homage and respect to all creatives. But yeah, so the reason I feel it is harder, one, for women, and this is just going to be my societal take on the plights that women have, not only in music, but in career fields and just life in general. It's already enough to be, we got some African American individuals here.
Yes.
So then it's already hard enough to be Black and dominant in in any industry. That's just not. It's not I'm not gonna say the norm, but it's just not the. I want to say like what they want. It's not what they want. It's not what the masses want.
Mm-hmm.
No matter how hard and how much and everything that we do, it's always going to be it's not sought after. So yeah. So with that being said, like being Black and woman, you got 2 strikes against you. In Columbia in general, this is just a funny market. We have a wide gap when it comes to like our music, I guess, scene, because we have a very prominent hip hop scene here. As you see, we just had the Love, Peace, and Hip Hop, annual fest that just happened, and of course they had some awesome headliners. Like that was dope. I didn't make it out, but I heard great things about it.
Our Big Daddy Kane tour now.
Yeah, I heard super, super dope things about it. So yeah, we have like a prominent hip hop scene, and we have a great movement, a collective of legends and people who've paved the way. The disconnect is in the passing of the torch. So it's like, yeah, we have these individuals who have like been on, radar or been on the scene or whatever for so long. And it's just like when you get these younger artists, these now rising and up and coming artists that are trying to break, I just feel as though there's not as much support. There's not as much, you have to kind of have some sort of a cosign. You got to have somebody that's going to take you, across the shoulder and just be like, yeah, I like him. I like this guy. That really is like in the music industry, entertainment industry in general. That's just kind of how people spark. Like it just takes for one other person to recognize you, even though you might be a very incredible artist and you might be a very talented and because we have very many, very, very many talented like artists in general, but there's just, I feel like a lack of, like I said, support, a lack of cosigns when it comes to, I don't even know how, and there are individuals that like are sprouting or have sprouted that are of our generation and that are like doing their thing. And I'm trying to think of Columbia specific. I always think of just South Carolina broad. But for women in general, like I said, we got 2 strikes against us. It's just that much harder to really try to get that traction and like gain that support when you can already see that there's already just a lack of support in general when it comes to artists and artistry and music and entertainment. So that's just my fair take. We got to push 10 times harder to try to get our bearings in this industry.
I don't disagree with that. And that's why I'm so proud of Cre. For just like being like, I'm just gonna build my own thing,
right? And
y'all gonna love it, because it's gonna be dope,
right?
I know it's gonna be dope, and it's gonna be dope because it's made by y'all, for y'all, and for everybody to enjoy. But like, you just gotta. I'm just very, very happy that she's taking the bull by the horns and doing something like that.
Yeah, and I think that's just what has to continue to be done at this point. I think that's what the great thing is right now about this time span. We're just in such a cool era where you don't really, so like I mentioned about co-signing and like, really having to kind of get somebody to be like, hey, like I like you, I think of that as far as like when you're trying to break out of the local standpoint, but like we're in the social media age. So like we're in that era where you really can build yourself and you can build your, your audience and you can build the people who follow you without too much of, I guess, like, I don't know, everything's changed. So like the entertainment and music industry as a whole has changed. Like we're not in physical copies anymore. We don't have to sell records and CDs and everything else. We're in streaming. This is streamland. So like you literally can build yourself like quickly.
Absolutely.
yeah, Cardi did it. That happened fast.
Will was Cardi's like first fan.
I wasn't her first fan, but I was definitely on the train.
He was on the train long time before I got on it.
But like, okay, so you said like the industry has changed and it's all about streaming and all this other stuff.
It is. It's changed a lot.
So I would ask you, you have a background in marketing.
Yeah.
How would you say that the most effective way to, I guess, market yourself as an artist is nowadays?
So most effective, that's kind of subjective because it all depends on your goal. Mm-hmm. Personally, I feel I still carry like traditional, like I guess ideologies when it comes to marketing because I'm just all about relationship. I'm all about really cultivating genuine viewership and genuine fans. So like for me, you got to get out there. You got to be with, you got to be in the people's face. Right. With a background in like event producing, I do my event hosting and stuff. Mm-hmm. It's definitely like, it's just a different world when you actually are able to get your fans from those live shows and being able to really connect with everyone and, just really gauge a real genuine feel for what people like and what people enjoy. And I think there's such a rich, like we were talking about earlier, just availability and opportunity to do so in Columbia and in South Carolina in general, because there are so many collectives and just platforms in general of individuals who are trying to give these opportunities to artists where they can come out and perform and they can really like showcase what they have. And I think oftentimes it doesn't get utilized, I'm not gonna say in the best way, but it can be utilized a little different because you also do have to think about variety and diversity, and you have to think about if you continue to put yourself in the same platforms and the same places and standpoints with the same people, you're not gonna widespread yourself. So people do have to be, I feel, in the Columbia a little bit more willing to be risk takers and go outside of Columbia and perform in different venues and avenues. And like my thing is like connect with DJs, like DJs, club DJs, strip club DJ, wherever you got it, radio DJs, whoever, DJs, that is the start of hip hop. Like you got to get back to the root and you got to connect with the people who are streaming and putting everyone on to music. Like, yeah, you can find music online and everything, that's cool. But just think about think about how do you usually find out about music, like new music?
Through people I know or going to random events or something like that.
It's usually, yeah. So like for me, it's always typically random events.
Yeah.
And so like, yeah, festival life, if there's oh my God, every festival I go to, I'm always getting the opportunity to learn about new artists and like just, see something I never thought I would. And if you can connect with the people, the producers of events or, whoever, and get yourself involved in being a part of it, performing, that literally, it can open up so many doors for you. I think that's one big method. And I think definitely with marketing, there has to be, of course, a sense of professionalism just with your brand and making sure it's cohesive and making sure like your messaging and your whatever else is all in tangent, like just making sure that it's clean pretty much. People obviously they're gonna gravitate to things that are seen more put together. So
you made a really good point about connecting with your audience. I think what really opens the doors for you as far as sustaining, if this is for event planners out here, as far as sustaining your events, when people know that they're valued and you actually reach out to them on a human level?
I think, yes. One of the biggest artists right now that I see doing that at such a, like, he's just good at it, is Black. I don't know if y'all listen to Black.
Singer Black?
From Atlanta.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Just everything, like, I don't know. I paid attention to his rollout for his last project. And his, for his rollout, he actually did, like, an event at, I guess it's, maybe like an old drive-in movie theater in Atlanta space where he did like a premiere and everything for, I think, like the video and the music. So he was actually like in people's cars, like he was popping from car to car, just like, yo, what's up? Oh, how you like my music? Like, hey, that's cool. And he's always just like personally signing all of his, his merch or whatever. And he's just doing a lot to like really engage with the audience and his fans. I think that's just so dope. Like, yeah, like making sure people feel special,
feel welcome. Like people, like, I mean, you can't remember everybody's name, but just remember faces or anything, or just like you said, just interact with people. I think we get so caught up in marketing online and social
Yeah,
media.
it gets on my nerves. I don't know. I guess because I have to pay attention to it, obviously, because that's just my industry and my skill set. But I like you.
We got the same
My
struggle.
social media presence is. I mean, I have to pay attention to it all. But you have to get outside. Like, get off of your phone, get off of the computer, and you have to go talk to people and make real connections and really actually get to know people.
Please do.
And you'd be surprised how many people don't, though. Like, I'm not even trying to
I'm
be
not
like,
surprised.
So hard talking in
see
public, I guess. I think people like don't talk in public as much as they used
That's
to, or aren't as
whack.
comfortable.
It was never comfortable. Nothing's changed. Just the fact that people like can maybe so. Okay, so people can get online or on
I think
their
that's
phones
I think that's what's changed. Is that
Yeah.
people can now be like, okay, now I can get on Facebook,
right.
make this whole paragraph of my thoughts,
Jesus.
and if anybody disagrees with me, I can just turn that shit off.
That's facts, but like, nah, keep that same energy. When you go outside, I don't know. It's bad. Like, excuse me, there's a lot of people I've met in the industry in general too, like online social media presence, cool, booming, popping.
Yeah,
Meet them in person, you be like, you are weird. Like, yo, what? So, I get it. Not really, but it's just
I
like
do not.
people really. It's a facade. Like,
It's
don't
a whole.
get caught
You
up.
can create a whole image of yourself
What?
and put it out there.
Music industry in general has always been about it's a lifestyle people are selling anyway. So it's like hip hop has always been kind of like, yeah, it came from us storytelling and telling about our struggles, and it came from us, just talking about what we see and what we go through. But at a certain point, once gangster rap and everything started popping, and niggas got chains, and you know what I'm saying, it's a lifestyle. So people they really. That's what people sell. That's what artists sell. You can look at the mainstream artists now,
Exactly.
and just see how like prominent and evident it is that that's what everyone kind of.
That's what it all boils down to.
Yeah, the lifestyle.
Crazy.
That's why Nipsey hit so hard,
Right.
because he was just on a different wavelength. Period. I don't want to get into that
Like,
because
what
I'm
about prizes now?
still
Bro, that shit's
processing.
still sad, bro.
It's so crazy. It's like,
I'm still processing.
he's the epitome of your favorite rapper's favorite rapper. Like,
Yeah,
it's so
for real.
insane.
For real.
Like,
It's just how connected he was, and you feel it. Everyone felt it. Yeah, that I can't talk about it because
you don't need feels. We're trying to have fun. We're trying to laugh.
All right, so the event that's going down,
Right.
April 27th,
right.
we can all eat.
We can all eat.
What is I guess the biggest takeaway that people should be taking away from this?
Okay, so first of all, the event itself and the movement itself is a showcase to celebrate the diversity of women. It's also to, like, so it's to, I guess, push against like the sexism and like the just overall objectification of women as well in the industry. It's definitely going to be a good time. It's going to be entertaining. It's going to be a great opportunity, like I said, to network and connect with other creatives, women, and men can come, because I know I saw like men can come. It's okay. Like, can I come? Yeah, you can be there. It's okay.
It
Like,
doesn't have man in it, so I didn't know.
And also, you told us we couldn't come to Sister Solstice, so we was like,
that I did because that was a safe space. That
Yeah.
was a different little different level. This is a little more entertaining. That was me. I was doing the work. I had to help some people. So in order to do that, I couldn't have any type of, not saying y'all distractions.
We just dumb and stupid. We just be wondering them, bumping on this shit, and just being.
Dame Dash just said that recently, and it was like a genius. I think it's like an interview, or not even an interview. He was just getting to watch like clips of modern rappers and women, and he was giving his take on it. And I think one of his first statements were like, women should stop just doing things for men because men are dumb. Like, it's fact. Like, men are just dumb. It was hilarious. Or that he should like stop listening to men or something to that.
Something very true.
He was just like, men are dumb. And I was like, I feel you.
A word from Dame Dash.
It was, I don't know.
One of the most misogynistic dudes.
It's terrible, right? Terrible. So
see, that's where it comes from, though. You recognize who
and
you
that,
are.
but see, and that they actually they know, and that's what's crazy, yo. They know. They're just we're not going. So yeah, anywho, so you can definitely expect to, but you can also expect to be educated. That's where I was going with that. I mean, we're not gonna sit there and lecture to you. That's no, but yeah, you can expect to. You're gonna think about some things when you leave. So
Dope, man.
yeah, it'll be great. I think everybody just come out. Yeah,
Everybody, please come out. This is
it's gonna be
like this is monumental. I don't remember the last time I've heard someone doing something for local
I
rappers.
don't think it's been done.
I don't think it has.
I can go ahead and stamp that. I don't think if anyone, please correct me if there's been an all-female showcase, all-woman showcase. I hate
like a
the
whole
word,
showcase, not just like a couple of rap, like not just a couple like I guess a woman feature, like a whole showcase centered around
Right.
women entertainers. I don't think I've seen one ever.
What is your issue with the word female versus?
My issue in general is it's just it's an objectification. So female is a gender, like it's just you're a male, so then there are female fish, there are female dogs, there are female, I'm gonna say
like humanity.
Yeah, you feel me? So there's no humanness in female. You don't hear people going around saying these male so and so's males. It's usually men typically.
From what I've heard from my friend,
Nowadays it's niggas.
Because I was confused about that too, because female does have a noun definition, but my friend Indigo put it perfectly. She said it's all in the context, like,
and it's always in the context.
Yeah, like when you hear a dude say "you females," you already know
it's females, bro.
You know what I'm saying? That's already what ain't shit, dude.
I mean, yeah, typically it's, but not. I can't even say that right now because everyone actually does use the term, like in just general conversation. Me and my mom were having a talk even earlier this morning about like women versus men. My mom is one of the most feminist old school women I know. So it was like, and she slipped up and was female. And I was like, She was like, yeah, I'm just tired. And I'm just like, but that's just your subconscious just going off of what you hear. So yeah, in general, female, it just has a twang to it. Like it never sits with, it's not pleasant. Oh, these beautiful females out here.
You cringed when you said it. She was like, ugh, it came nasty.
Females, how I love the female.
How I love the female?
No, it's never.
I love my female. I love my female.
It doesn't. It's never. It doesn't do that. It's just.
Cre said, look at those fine ass males over there. Said no woman ever.
Said none. Damn. There's so many great males of the world. It doesn't happen. It's not. It doesn't exist.
What if we made it a thing? What if we started making it a thing?
But what would be your purpose and intention in making it a thing?
Just to make it a thing. Just to get. I think more so to get men to recognize how where it's coming from, the context it would be used in. Okay. Because that's how
y'all do that. It ain't. I ain't doing it because I can't tell y'all boys nothing.
Right.
Nothing.
Well, see, I got the same sentiment with dudes who call women girls on a regular basis. Like, that's your girl, or fine ass girl. I mean, there's context too, but my ex-girlfriend put this in perspective for me. She was like, it's kind of disrespectful if you calling a grown woman a girl.
Yeah, fact. You're not gonna call me a girl.
Yeah, so I got the same sentiment with that as well. Like,
but I'm a hard person to
I'm not that
come to me correct.
I'm not there yet. I can recognize females wrong.
Yeah,
but see, a lot of dudes use girls condescending as well, like all the time.
I mean, it's easy for you to let go because I mean, obviously you don't have the female package happening right now.
Yeah,
he does. It's coming up well. So he does. What the hell? We got our producer Darwin back. He's over here freaking out. What was
so excited?
He was. What was the next? Where we at?
So yeah, the show. Please go to the show.
Yeah, go to the show.
Yes, come through. It'll be a cipher. Nice little DJ mix in the beginning of the show. Lots of great performers. And overall, just good vibes. And whenever women are in the house, it's always a good vibe. So
black
come through.
Yes, like
you know, we bring the soul.
There's gonna be black women with dreads. You know, they're gonna be shaking.
It's gonna be black women of every figure, shape, size, and hairstyle, and all just diverse. That's what's gonna be great about it. Every style of rap, it's not just one, caricature of what women have to rap about. So it'll be great. Come
I'm happy
through.
about that.
So what made you want to be a part of this event?
Oh, because if it's empowering women, I'm here for it. So when I saw that Cre was doing the event, I reached out to her. Of course, just, hey, you need me, let me know. So that's how that happened. Yeah, I'm always going to support women doing progressive, beneficial things for women. There's nothing negative that can ever come from another woman trying to give other women a platform to use their voice or use their talents and creativity in their, in whichever way they do. So yeah, of course, I'm always going to stand for any other woman trying to do that for women. Because with every little platform I got, if I can use my little platform to help another woman get to where they got to get, that's what I'm about. Like, I'm going to give you a lift. Because it's not about me. I am one vessel. I matter this much. That's great. I'm a reflection of my creator. Because I'm not here for I don't want all that credit stuff. It's cool, legacy. That's all great. But I got a mission. Like, I'm on a mission. I got a lot to accomplish.
What is that mission?
I'm trying to change the world. I'm trying to change minds. I'm trying to shift galaxies and stratospheres and all that. Like, I got work to do. That don't come lightly.
I can tell you've done the change of minds thing for older generation of women with the Sister Solstice thing.
That was amazing. I was just looking at highlights. That was great.
I heard it's insanely
yes,
dope.
Shout out to Mama G.
I was just about to say this. I was about to say Mama G.
Thank you again so much for gracing me with your wisdom. It was beautiful. So if anyone didn't know, Sister Solstice was a women empowerment event dedicated to women of color to foster healthy dialogue and communication so that we can begin to even be aware of what we go through. So it starts with a conversation. So that's what it all was about. I had a panel of about 5-6 different just amazing women in the community. Jessica Boyd, my freaking amazing mentor. I had Mama G. I had Vivian Anderson of Every Black Girl who is doing. I can't even start to. Oh, she is so amazing.
She really is.
It blows my mind. Like, wow. So yeah, just amazing. Jasmine Mix with Books and Barbers. Yeah. She moved to Charlotte recently. And then I had, I'm forgetting one person. Wow, that's crazy, but that's okay. Because they were amazing. It was a panel. It was a great time. Yeah, we talked about a lot of great stuff. There's another one coming soon. That's all I can tell you. I've been in the mix. So we can look at potentially the end of this year, if not this year.
Y'all getting exclusive release dates on Cultivated Ignorance.
That's a secret. So that y'all heard it first.
You got a teaser trailer.
You heard it first.
So with having like a background in marketing and having planned events and doing event planning, how hard is it to, I guess, coordinate one of these events in general?
It's as hard as you make it. For me, I would do it in my sleep, and I would do it with my, not even saying because I'm like a professional or anything, but just because I love it so much. I could never get paid for it, and I still do it for the rest of my existence. So yeah, I mean, it's just as difficult as you make it. It's all about building a team, getting everyone on the same page, and it's all organization and communication. That's all it is. That's all. And so for some people that's hard, and for some people it's not.
That team is the key right there. You hit the nail on the head. Like, when you find people who are just as focused as you and dedicated as you, like, you can do. I've been doing Blue Note poetry with Darwin and Al for over 2 years. It's going on 2 years now.
Yeah.
And
maybe longer, I think.
Because everybody like just dedicated to the mission and as they roll and they're good at what they do, that's it. So
yeah. And
then the whole subject of what you're doing events on, that's what women need. So it's like it's gonna pop. Like it's gonna be dope. So
that. Yeah, I mean, and that was just the beginning. My mind works so much faster than my body can, unfortunately, because my brain goes. So like I have so much that I'm excited to be able to do. Prayerfully, God willing, I'll be able to execute every single mission that I feel has been put on my soul. So
I think you will. I know you will, matter of fact.
Oh yeah.
That's what it do.
Word.
So, hip hop, I guess women in hip hop, at least to me, it seems like it's kind of blowing up right now, mainstream wise.
Yes, we're hitting the peak. I'll give you, when you say blow up, we're hitting the peak because it went kind of quiet, I guess, mainstream, for a second, I would say. So we're hitting we got a little pop going. I'm excited, I get so excited about what's happening right now. And I love music. I love women. I love people, Black people in general. But
what's the but?
What?
You said but like it was about to be a whole...
I'm just excited.
Oh, okay.
I say
you left us hanging like
you're right. See, put you on edge.
So with women in mainstream hip hop, it's pretty diverse right now. Like you got your city girls, your Cardis, you got your no names, you got your Rhapsodies.
Yes.
All this. What are your general thoughts about the current portrayal of women in hip hop? Good, bad?
Current portrayal. Okay. So when we're talking about portrayal, obviously we're looking at individual lenses.
We say more so. Well, you can talk about mainstream and indie scene, but I would say more so than mainstream.
Mainstream. Yeah. So, I mean, this is the everlasting plight and fight that women are always we conquering that, but have been dealing with. Is always going to be the sexism of women, and it's going to be the objectification of the woman, of the female. They like to say. So
examination of the female.
Yeah, right, exactly. And
how you feel about females in hip hop?
Facts. I don't adhere to that, but the way I feel about the women, I personally, I love. It's the same to me. The same plight as when we had to take, the Black fight and the nigga fight and all of that, we had to empower it and we had to make it. I'm sorry, I just want to hit it.
Get passionate.
Yeah, when we had to make that our own and we had to own it, and so that we could empower ourselves with it. It's the same thing that's happening. Women are owning their sexual. We've never stopped owning our sexualities. I mean, that's Lil' Kim, that's Foxy Brown, that's Salt and Pepper, we've never TLC. We've never stopped owning our sexuality, but it's really, I mean, it's moving again, I guess. It's another era, so whatever.
It's a new wave.
It's a different wavelength. Because City Girls, at first I had to really even buckle down, what are y'all talking about? Huh? And then when I listen, it's okay, word. Yeah, I feel you. Go ahead, sis. Definitely. If that's how you feel, if that's what you know what I mean? If that's your way of owning your sexuality and what you get yourself involved in, who's to say that that's any type of wrong? How can you? No. Because is that not already what we deal with, what y'all go through? I don't know, as men, how do y'all feel about city girls and what they talk about?
How do these two men right here?
Yeah,
these two men love city girls.
Okay, well that's good. But how do you hear that most other men feel about city girls?
You see a lot.
I hear so many different
I've seen a lot of men.
You got the guys that say they were disrespecting themselves.
Yeah, you always have them.
So how is it any more disrespectful for them to say, but yo?
That's actually a good question. I was going to come back around to that a little bit later. That defining sexual liberation in hip hop.
Right.
So hold that thought.
Oh.
Yeah. That's a whole topic.
But what were we talking about?
The current portrayal. How do you feel about it?
Okay. So I mean, I think it's moving in an upward slope. I think women are really they're not taking they're not playing. They're coming hard, and as far as just everything. So I'm trying to think for examples. I like to talk about Cardi's upward fight just because of course any type of rags to riches story is gonna be the one that's highlighted. So I just always enjoy talking about I guess her start to where she's at now. But of course, there are so many different and other women that are, I guess, doing their thing right now. I think a lot about indie though. See, my mind keeps going to indie because I listen like most.
That's fine. Yeah, you can speak on that too.
Yeah. Okay. So then indie. All right. You already mentioned Rhapsody. You already mentioned. I think you mentioned.
No name.
No Name. I love No Name. Oh, she's dope. I'm trying to think of the first time I think I heard her was on Chance. His acid rap.
That was the first time I heard her.
Yeah, acid rap with Chance is the first time I heard. I fell in love, yo. That's
Really?
poet background in me.
I did too. And then when I heard her album,
Oh yeah. I mean, no, I liked her album.
Well, we was
Not
like
the first
her first album. Well, no,
It was
like
good.
the first album, but we were like her cadence stayed like kind of the same. Like
It
she had
was
like
flat.
she wasn't very ambitious with her, I guess, flow. It didn't seem like, and that's as far as her vocal tone. Her cadence just stayed the same throughout the whole album. I feel like she took a lot more chances on her last album.
Oh yeah.
I love the last album.
Word.
I mean, my top of the year.
Yeah, I mean, I like No Name. Tierra Whack is my favorite.
Woo! Well, she go hard, bro.
She's so weird, and I love it. I love the hell out of it, bro.
I
She's
love,
so
yo,
sick.
she like lights my soul.
I got
on fire.
goosebumps talking about Tierra.
See,
Whack.
I'm telling you, it's serious. Yo, what she's doing, I mean, I appreciate her because I feel like, of course, like Missy Elliott paved the way for the Tierra Whacks of
Sure.
today's time
Mhm.
with just her general abstract and like weird, and people say quirky,
Yeah.
portrayal or whatever. So like, yo, did y'all hear her last?
So unemployed?
Yeah,
Yeah.
She
you
just
saw the
off.
video for it.
Woo. I ain't seen the
Her
video yet.
videos.
I didn't see the unemployed video. I saw the whole Whack World video. Which
Yeah.
was amazing.
Yeah, you gotta see
Wow.
the unemployed video. Yeah.
But I just love that she's just being her whole just strange,
She weird.
Dynamic.
She weird as a mother, and I love it.
just crazy.
She
self.
owns that, yo. And her last name is actually Whack.
Is it really?
I just learned that. I was
Well,
watching
Sandy
some
Glorious.
interview. Yeah, I was watching some interviews on her. It's actually Whack. That's crazy. That's dope.
It's just mind blowing when you see a woman artist that be like, "Yo, I need to. This is who I am. I'm not about to make myself
And
small,
her
catered."
flow is stupid.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Have you seen? There's an old.
Yeah.
Y'all gotta go watch a freestyle she did with. I forget the platform. It's old as hell, and this girl went dumb for like 5 minutes straight. I don't even know how. I would have passed out. Breath control on key because she went stupid for like 5 minutes straight. She's amazing, but yeah, she wasn't she nominated for what did she get nominated for? She just got nominated for something.
Was it a Grammy or was it another type?
It was a Grammy. She was nominated.
Is she really?
She was nominated for a Grammy for Best Video. It was Best Video.
Oh, it was the Whack World video?
Yep, there it is. Yep,
Yeah.
It was Best Music Video. That's
She deserved
amazing.
that.
Yeah.
Like, and she doesn't even. She put out the fucking things with 30 seconds each.
There were a minute each.
Yeah,
A minute?
yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
well, it felt like 30 seconds.
I know, man.
That's the only thing that made me mad. I was like,
that's
"Oh, you just
crazy.
get it's like fruit salad is like my favorite joint on this shit."
Yeah.
For
And
real.
every time it starts,
Hungry
up, I'm
Hippo
like,
was mine. Ooh.
Hungry
I like
Hippo
that.
too. Like, oh my god! Every time I be like, ah, and then the
I
shit
like
sweat.
that.
They be like, oh damn,
Yeah, that shit off already.
turn up again though.
I like Hungry Hippo too. But yeah.
Oh, boy.
But crime portrayal women, I think it's just independence. I think everybody is starting to acknowledge, whether they want to or not, women are here. They're not gonna stop coming harder.
All right, the nigga they gonna go even harder. Like,
10 times harder. And just as ambitious and as easy or as successful as a man can be, a woman can be too. And honestly, there just needs to be like that whole removal of like the whole, I think, idea that, well, there has to be this woman category of rap versus this man category of rap, because it always just seems like there can only be like one good woman rapper at a time. Like we can't have multiple good female rappers. It always has to be, well, yeah, we got that.
Nicki's on top, Cardi's on top.
Right, no, because you got Playboy, you got every type of male artist out here, Kodak Black, to your Saba Pivots and J. Cole's, and then you also have your, like, there's a million different diverse sections of hip hop. People need to embrace that. It needs to just be able to coincide without it being such a fight of like, yo.
Do you think it's like another example of them kind of putting women like in a box?
Of course.
Yeah.
Because of course. Because it's not even, they're not just rappers in general. We can sit here and this whole entire topic is about female rappers.
Yeah.
Because there is the existence of the box of rappers that are female. It can't just be, nah, but she's a rapper. No, these are female rappers.
Well, I looked at it as, I like to say rappers, period, but I looked at it as the reason we have female rapper categories to make sure they don't get lost in the whole male, centered industry. And because people put them on the back burner, if we got rid of all these categories and just said rappers, like they would do women even worse, I think, than what they are doing them now.
So you kind of take the same standpoint as like affirmative action type of thing. They need the spotlight, and because the industry is so male centered, and they're going to get drowned out, like we need to make sure.
But will they get the same credit? Like it will always be like, oh, they're good for a female rapper.
I think you're gonna always have people like that that's gonna be ignorant.
Right.
It also limits it. You know what I mean? Like even though you're making it known that they are, out here by saying female rapper, it's also limiting them in that same way. You get what I'm saying?
Well, I just had a flash of all the women rap. Rico Nasty.
Ooh, she crazy.
Yo, oh my God.
She's so crazy.
She is crazy.
I like Asian Doll, Cash Doll. I like.
Oh, you like all the dolls?
I like Asian and Cash. Freaking Megan Thee Stallion.
That's bad.
Oh my God.
Makes bad.
Oh.
I'm gonna call myself.
And she puts on for the tall women too. So
she's tall as fuck. I told Cre.
That's me.
I told Cre I'm scared of Megan because every time I see her on Snapchat, she only drinks Henny out of the bottle.
Yeah,
like,
she a thug.
She every time, bro. I ain't never seen her with a glass or anything.
I'm gonna party with her. Yeah, I'm gonna party with her one day.
I'll party with her.
She puts on for the women. Meg Thee Stallion. Jeez Louise.
Cre put me on a baby mother.
Baby mother. Yo, it's this shorty named Lizzo that I'm hearing about. Have y'all seen her?
I don't think so.
Oh my God. She like plays the flute and does like all this choreography and joint. And she's healthy. She's thick. I love it. Like putting on for all of our big women out there. Oh my God. I love her. And she be out working. She be out dancing the fuck out of me. I can't do none of that. What she be doing? And she be playing the flute and stuff.
Right.
During her performances. She's incredible.
Right. It's some chick.
Like Princess Nokia. There's like she's cool. Who I'm trying to think of who I got.
Is there a chick named Ocean or something like that?
Oshun is a
Oshun, yeah.
What? Oshun? I met them at. Oh my God.
Dope.
Yeah. So when I was doing some work with now platform Black Girl Magic, that was dope.
I would love to meet them in person.
Yeah, I met them. Their vibe is crazy. And then
Oh, so that's a group?
It's a group. It's two of them.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. I'm not looking through my phone right now. I got Baby Mother. So much Tierra.
How you feel about that song Light Skin Keisha? And the chick?
Which one?
Light Skin Keisha, the new rapper or singer? Is he a rapper?
I don't know.
Yeah, her name is Light Skin Keisha and she got a song called Hey Light Skin.
Oh, I've never heard of this woman.
Oh, okay.
So I gotta go listen because I don't even know nothing. That's crazy.
People, because we're trying to decide.
I'm gonna just say the beat is nasty.
The beat is nasty.
The beat is nasty.
She does go by Light Skin Keisha. She makes songs about being light skinned.
Okay.
We were trying to find that thin line between is this colorism or is this just somebody enjoying her skin?
Right.
You just have to listen to her music.
Yeah, I gotta hear it because I don't know anything.
And there's a critical. She's not really light skinned.
Yeah, that's why I'm hearing those colorism.
Other female rappers who I like Cody Shane. Cody Shane is dope.
I've heard that name before.
Young Baby Tate. She's a singer rapper.
I saw her out earlier.
Young Baby Tate she's on tour right now. Yo,
is Saweetie good?
I've never heard of her. I've heard of her, never listened to her music. Angel Hayes. If y'all have never heard of Angel Hayes, go listen to Angel Hayes.
You listen to Gift the Gab?
Who that?
Who that?
I put her on. I made a playlist of like some of my favorite.
Give me all of if y'all anything because I don't know everything.
You got Spotify?
I think I do. I don't know. I usually use Apple Music and.
Okay.
That's how I
what?
Yeah, just play.
You silly. Young and May still might half y'all favorite male rappers too.
I just need her to put out an album.
Young and May is amazing.
Album.
You nasty boy.
You been having Young and May for a minute.
Petty Wop? I can listen to Petty Wop all day long.
Word.
I need that.
Young and May goes dumb. I like Bali Baby. This little Atlanta shorty. she quirky. She gives me like that bubblegum trap vibe, but she really probably hood. And she really got the whole set that rallies for her. So like she one of them like, yeah, she look cute and all. Don't play with her because even in her rap, she has this very like high pitched cadence, and she's very like it's like I say bubblegum trap.
Bubblegum trap.
Bubblegum trap.
I can use that in my life.
It's cute. It's like cute, but don't like she'll probably whip out the Glock on you. Like don't.
No, I thought we were having fun.
You feel me?
So like with all these chicks we've named, like some are popping, but like a lot of them aren't.
Are indie. Yeah, these are mostly indie. I listen to mostly indie. And I mean, and then that's when you got to ask yourself though, like and a lot of these, they've been doing the work for a minute. A lot of these women have been putting out, you know, not consistent projects or anything like that, but they've had a nice little time to come up or a nice little bit of, you know, traction.
So with that, I didn't cut you off.
You good.
But so like with that and quality work being put out, what is like why haven't they popped? Like, what is the thing that's hard? What's the thing that's keeping them back from blowing up in the rap industry?
I think just like I mentioned before, it can only ever be just one. Like we can all think about when Cardi B first came into the scene and everybody went stupid with the whole Nicki Minaj and Cardi beef. You know,
it wasn't even a beef until I feel like people made it a beef.
Yeah,
people did make it a beef.
Yeah.
That can be a thing that got created potentially. I think the way Nicki handled it was whack, and it was sad for me because I wasn't the hugest fan of her, but of course, like I said, I'm gonna pay homage to all, you know, and especially we have to be realistic, and she held the crown for a long time. So that was I remember she was like Grammy nominated best.
Was it like 08, 09?
It was like from 2010 to like 2017, 16 something. She held it like for a long time. So that's in a sense all we kind of had on the mainstream plight. There wasn't a lot going on. But yeah, the way she handled that was kind of whack. But you know,
I think it's mostly attributed to people talking in their ear, and then you got all these people online.
That's
watch
cute,
your back,
but
watch
after
your back.
your character comes out
You're right.
in every way. It doesn't matter what type of pressures you got. Whatever you about, you either gonna fold. You can't fold. It's just whatever you have in you is gonna show. So
Right.
I think that's just what she was. But I mean, it is what it is. That doesn't take away from any of her, you know, accolades and what she's done. She's done great things. So
Very true.
respect to her. I think it's just always going to be that fight of like there can only be one, and there's always this notion that women rappers have to be beefing. Like that's pretty whack. I don't understand that because all male artists aren't beefing because y'all are out.
Not because we're men. They beef, but not because they're men.
Exactly. So it's that idea that women can't be cohesive and women can't, you know what I'm saying, work together, or they can't. It's just a lack of like people that just don't want to give that. They don't want to give that credit. I mean, hip hop is a very male dominated industry, so that's the territory. But I don't know. Things are changing. Like things are really shifting. I'm kind of curious and excited to see where things are going because I don't know. I can't even pin it, to be honest. There's so much cool shit happening right now.
That's what I'm saying. I think the independent artists are learning their power in so many ways. They have friends who have equipment, who have skills that can just create everything they would have went to a label for, pleading for.
And that's that on that. You don't need a label to blow anymore.
That's what I'm saying.
You don't need, the game has changed.
That's what I'm saying. I think it's changing for the
180 degrees.
For sure.
So, yeah.
Cre said on this box that she has to be the conscious leader or she means nothing. That's the box.
I don't even know because who was conscious? Lauren was conscious. They crucified her.
I think she's saying that
they
put you in this light until you disappoint, which you will always disappoint in the public eye.
Maybe.
And then
Erica was conscious. They crucified her. Like, it don't matter it really don't, that label stuff, yeah, maybe, but nah, because when Erica be coming out on social media with her conscious, they be going at her. So I don't even know if I don't know. Maybe.
I don't know. I think you're always going to have people who have nothing better to do but wait for popular artists to fuck up and just jump on them.
I will say, I guess, I don't know. And The biggest holdup and the biggest issue that just has to change in general, though, is really the sexism and the objectification of women's bodies, yo. That shit. It's kind of it's sick at this point. It's just kind of all right, bro. Like
Right.
I don't understand when men are gonna kind of grasp that women are just as much human and have autonomy just as much as anyone else, and we get horny too, and sometimes we just
Bro, there's still men out here who genuinely don't believe women enjoy sex as much. If
because
not
they
more
use
than men.
sex for masturbation. They just masturbate on the human body.
Right.
That's what that is.
Exactly.
That's
But it's grown men, and that just takes deliberately finding new groups of men to educate you to do better. Because a lot of them won't listen to women.
No,
They
of
hear
course
from other men. So anyway,
no.
we can talk about that on all episode.
Yeah. So like with Cardi B winning, what was it? She won Rap Album of the Year last year.
It was, she for Bodak Yellow, wasn't it?
For the whole album, Invasion of Privacy.
Okay, I didn't know that was the name of it, to be honest.
So, and with Lauryn Hill winning all those Grammys back in the day, you have these achievements by women in hip hop. What do you think is like the biggest one, or what are like women, I guess, reaching for as far as what will be that crowning achievement?
That's subjective. That just depends on the women. For some women, it's going to be a Grammy. For some women, it's going to be trying to shift the culture. For some women, it's just going to be the money, the platform of hip hop or music or whatever that's going to help them to achieve other things. Because, like anyone knows, just because you do music or you're a musician or rapper or whatever, that's not the only thing that you'll probably ever take on. Just the vehicle is the platform. So, I mean, that just depends on the woman.
What would you say the biggest achievement by a woman in hip hop is? Have you ever thought about it?
Me, because I focus a lot on just shifting culture. If I were a woman rapper and I had to put myself on what my achievement would be, it would be changing narratives. It would be changing the mindsets of people and changing the thought patterns and ideologies of what people think about women rappers or just about the culture, about whatever. So that's me, because I think about the future, and I'm all about the youth and whatever else. So it's like I'm thinking about how I can make the world better for the kids. So that's just me.
So any woman who's ever done that before, that's probably like.
I mean, yeah, that's a great feat that they've accomplished. Yeah. But I'd like to win a Grammy too. Like if I won a Grammy, what the fuck? Going to Disney. Like
I'm gonna drink out of it, like
Drake.
Yeah, of course. Like a Grammy. But then again, the Grammys we ain't gonna get into that. That's played. Grammys is a great honor, but they annoying. So.
Not true. Like if you get it, cool. If not,
of course, we just gotta come back to having our own. All award shows of the highest honors. BET Awards, still an honor. They just gotta get their stuff back and together. They get on my nerves right now.
Yeah, I ain't getting a hot minute.
I ain't either. For what? What is on BET?
Boomerang, the series.
Okay.
All right.
Boomerang?
That's what
they made a TV show out of the movie Boomerang.
Yeah. So
they did?
Yeah, I heard it's terrible.
I wouldn't have known.
Yeah, you shouldn't have known. I shouldn't have even told y'all. I'm sorry.
I don't care. I just
like Boomerang. They took over the old cartoons again.
No. These guys dumb.
All right. So yeah, Mike, you want to talk about objectification? Isn't that right?
Yeah. So going back to objectification, you ever watch For Harriet, the YouTube channel For Harriet?
I've seen. Is that where they have those roundtable discussions? No, there's this one that they have.
That's Grapevine, probably.
You got it. That's the one.
Grapevine is alright. There's be too many niggas in the room talking.
It's way too many.
They be screaming.
They be screaming because they gotta hurry up and make their
I
point.
can't do nothing.
Just kick at me. Oh God.
You know what?
My ankle. Yeah, it'd be like anyway. For Harriet is this woman named Kim. She usually just talks on the camera about whatever's on her mind, and she has some really good points a lot of times. And she had this really good video when the City Girls dropped the twerk video, and she was like, it was, gave her a pause at first because she was
goat
like,
video.
No, what?
It's a goat video.
The goat video, the greatest video of all time.
Yeah.
Better than Tip Drill.
Ooh,
yeah.
I don't think so.
That's a good one.
So she talked about Tip Drill and stuff like that in the City Girls video. And she was talking about how when a lot of female artists are, screaming, sexual liberation, it seems like they do a lot of the same things that the men in their rap videos kind of objectify them as. Like when you have women like twerking and shit on a boat, whatever like that. She was like, and this is not my point, this is her point. She was like, what is the real difference between Nelly having a bunch of half-naked women stripping and shaking ass in this crib and Cardi B and them shaking ass and shit on the boat? And it kind of came down to the question of, what does a sexually liberated body actually look like? Like,
there is no caricature of what a sexual liberated body looks like. That's the issue. I think people try to make this form of what it needs to look like and what it needs to just be the perception of what sexual liberation is in general, I guess, is what needs to be evaluated, because sexual liberation is in the beholder. How can you tell a woman that, for me, maybe sexual liberation because, you know, quote unquote, or just in theory, let's say I had a background of just being scantily clad all the time. I was half naked most of my former life. And then I just decided, okay, I want to sexually liberate myself and I want to start covering up. That's my method of liberation. Let's say, for instance, I was a church girl and I used to have to wear turtlenecks and long johns every day, even in the summertime, 90 degrees. Okay, if I want to go out half naked with a bralette on and nipple tassels, that's what I want to do. That's sexual liberation. You can't make sexual liberation fit into what's comfortable for you. It's in the eye of the beholder. So whatever an individual feels is going to liberate them, liberation, it's freedom. It's an individual act. You can't make it to be something that because you perceive it to be this way, well, that doesn't really look like liberation. No, that's not how it works, because then you're taking away the act of liberation.
And I agree with that 1,000%. I think I've debated with that with a lot of the older generation.
Right.
Who, like, when they see younger women doing what they're doing, they're like, that's not liberation. You ain't got to do this. You ain't got to do all that. Back in the day, we used to do so-and-so, such and such. And that was liberating. Like, what they're doing now is all for the male gaze, whatever.
And, yeah, sorry to cut you off. Okay. I just think about, like, when they say things are liberating, if it was liberating, why is there being such a push right now for things to be different? Right. If it worked, then why is it not still happening? Like, that's what point. People have to, human mind, psychology, whatever, we do things where people have pattern, where people have habit. So if something was comfortable and something worked and something felt okay, we're going to keep doing it. We're not going to just viciously try to fight for something that doesn't feel good. If this felt wrong, we wouldn't be doing it. So if this is the act of liberation, the fight of liberation for justice or whatever, like, we're trying to shift the past and trying to move away from that, it's because there was something wrong with that equation. And the fact of the matter was, what was considered sexually liberating or what was considered traditional and appeasing, that was my gun, appeasing to appeasing to like the societal gaze was really only appeasing to the male gaze. It was only what was good for men. It didn't fit women. It wasn't with women in mind. It was what men felt was appropriate for how women acted, how they spoke, what they talked about, this, that, and the third. That's why as women started breaking through, MC Lyte, Queen Latifah, you know what I'm saying, women rappers in general coming out and owning, well, I'm trying to think of, okay, Queen Latifah, Unity. The first line of like the track, don't call me a bitch or some crazy shit like that. Who you calling a bitch? Yeah. Like, it's gonna be, you know what I'm saying, breaking what men have made into this, because we live in a male-dominated society. Less people forget, and this blows my brain sometimes. Like, y'all understand that, like, we still live in a very man-dominated society. So that means all of the things that are happening and all the systems in place have been developed. But
the man?
There you go.
Oh, I got
the
it.
Man.
No, didn't know.
I forget.
So, I guess to go along with y'all's topic, what part do you feel like hip hop has played in the liberation of women?
Gave us a voice. Gave us the ability to say what the fuck we wanted, when we wanted, how we wanted it, and you couldn't quiet it. You couldn't make it stop. Music is a medium. Music is a way to communicate. Music is healing for some. It's, you know what I mean? It's a connector globally. So it gave people perspective. It allowed for people to understand what women feel, why women feel that way, and what women are working towards. So in that sense, hip hop, it gave women a voice. It gave women the ability to speak on their struggle just as much as it gave, men or Black people of color, the same.
Would you say all women or just Black women? Or
I mean, women. There's all women in hip hop, but there's Black women. That's where it started. Yeah. That's where it's at. So
True.
That's who paved the way.
Absolutely.
So.
Word up. So, along with the objectification thing, so what are your thoughts on the relationship between men objectifying women and women objectifying themselves, specifically on Instagram?
What exactly is a woman objecting themselves?
Well, I guess that's part of the problem. Along with that, do you believe that there is a correlation between the two? Is it fair for either party to believe that one can exist without the other being present?
That's so many questions all at once.
Yeah, I know. So I want to read it straight from the paper.
That's okay. Okay, we'll break that down. So
I guess so. As far as women objectifying themselves, there is probably no proper way to describe that because objectification has to be first. You have to believe that this is an objectifying act. Like I have to. Yeah. I guess men will believe that the objectifying act is exposing your body past the point of, I guess, like regular.
See, and then we
past the part of being clothed.
What?
Fully clothed.
Facts, and a whole burqa, because I could be showing my shoulder and I'm showing too much skin. Like we see the examples every day of what even objectification looks like. I remember there was that story on like that teacher or something.
Oh, the beautiful ass teacher jeans on in class.
Because she was curvy, I think she was like asked to, like cover up some more or whatever else. There were what else? I'm trying to think of all the type of
When the thing, you correct me if I'm wrong, Will. When you say self-objectification, I think he means women purposely wearing scantily clad things to get sexual attention from men.
There you go.
But see, that's the thing. Who said they're trying to get sexual attention from men?
I'm saying if that is indeed the fact, that they know that that's what they're doing.
They don't care. No one's thinking about men. The only people thinking about men are men. When it comes to one, liberation, it's a it's a selfish act. When I'm doing this, it's because this makes me feel good. This frees me from whatever barrier or whatever idea, that was pushed against me. Liberation or, whatever, liberation. That's me pushing against something that was placed on me. So I didn't put these judgments on myself. I didn't tell myself that I'm a hoe, that I'm the thought, I'm this, I'm that because of what I'm wearing and what I'm doing. Because if I thought that, I wouldn't have been doing it. One, if I felt negatively about myself. It's other people and other individuals, which have been men, putting these thoughts and these whatever on someone else. So you can't, in my opinion, you want to tell me that I'm self-objectifying, but you're also creating the definition of what it means to be this, that, and the third. You know what I'm saying? So you're trying to be the gatekeeper of this is what's right and wrong, right? And then you're also trying to tell me, and this is the way you got to do it. Like that's maddening to me. That's crazy to me.
Right.
That's like a white person sitting here trying to tell me how I'm supposed to be Black. If I decided that this is how I want to do it today, I want to be sophisticated, and tomorrow I want to be the most ignorant nigga in the world, then that's what I'm going to do. You can't tell me that this is how I need to flip. Like, no, that's in my brain. It's like the same concept. Mm-hmm. You can't be the one who is it's like the thought pattern of I don't know, people say like the abuser. You can't be the abuser and the
abusee.
I don't know.
I don't know.
One who's trying to whatever. I didn't know that it's there's a lot of buzzwords that I don't know.
Right.
I just know that I know what I know, But yeah, so I don't know. I don't know how to even get down. I don't know how to answer that question because I'd have to believe that that means I'd have to believe in the judgment placed upon me to think that I'm self-objectifying because
it's just so much the judgment of just wanting to present whatever makes you attractive and get attention off of it.
And that's what like blows me. I don't know, because it's like all of the things that we're talking about that are objectifying are all having to do with like a woman's body. So like, we're not talking about me talking a certain way, or me going for this certain job or whatever else is objectifying. Or yeah, actually we are. People talk about that stuff too. Like, women can only work certain type of jobs and they shouldn't be in this. So it's always, though, like I said, having to do with the woman's body. And the thing that I'm learning as I'm becoming into my womanhood, it's just that men have this sense that they own the woman's body. They own the sexuality of women. They own the idea and the representation and the perception of and all this other, because they're the only ones that's putting the rules and regulations there. And then they try to tell you, but we're doing it to protect you. Why would I need protection if y'all weren't tripping? Like, y'all, if stop tripping and we'd be good. Like, I don't get it.
Going back to your comparison, it's the same way that I feel like white people feel left out whenever we say, like, "Yo, this thing is for people of color." Like, we just want to do this shit. And then like, well, that's racist. Like, I want to be like,
include me.
What's that meme with my man Eric Andre beating down the gate? Like, let me in. I think it's that similar thing.
Yeah, and that's all it is. And that's gonna be it's just gonna be a long fight. But the more that we continue to push the realization that, yo, at the root of it, when it comes to our bodies, our autonomy, our independence, and our freedom, y'all niggas don't matter. Like, it's about us. And that's what y'all have to somehow figure out, how in your brains, hearts, minds, souls, whatever that's attached to these ideas and these things y'all have, like, unfortunately sold into this planet. Figure out how you're gonna deal with it. Because that's not for us to have to sit up here and even have to think about. Because I'm out here living my best life, trying to remove all of the whatever trauma, whatever objectification, and whatever else that's been placed upon me. That's what I'm gonna go frolic in the meadows. Y'all can go figure that out on your own. I don't have that one for you. I'm sorry. I don't know.
I think you thought.
Because it's just not about y'all at the end of the day. So I don't even think, and that's what's crazy. When I first even had to, like, come into the fact that I had to liberate myself, men were so far from my brain. It was like, why would I think about the very thing that has sought out to make me feel less than? I went to women, like, when I was coming into my womanhood, of course, y'all, and that's perception. Is like, when women are liberating, they're doing all this crap for attention, and they're doing it. 9-10, these women are in circles of influence of other women who are supportive or whatever else that help them to move through their womanhood. But I've never, ever, ever sought the attention and the affection or the whatever and the acceptance of a man to tell me how to. A man can't tell me how to be a woman. Right. So I don't sit up here and try to tell y'all how to be men. Even though a lot of them are doing a pretty, I think, bad job of it. Because if they weren't, the world would be a lot different place. So I just got to put that out there.
So let me say it like this.
Yeah.
So with the women being more free and open with themselves and their body, women wear, in general, less clothes than before, or more.
Women ain't wearing. I don't know if y'all used to see videos from the 90s. Because y'all mamas, my mama, everybody's aunties.
Oh, not my mama. Not my mama.
They ain't have as many cameras and cell phones and videos back then, but hey.
Yeah, my mama was in the house.
That's what's up.
Watching Murder, She Wrote.
Oh, okay. You can.
Mine wasn't in the heat of the night.
Oh. Yeah, see? They'll watch that together.
I wasn't there when my mama was doing what she was doing, so.
No, but, so women are wearing clothes in general that accentuate their body more.
I don't think so, because a woman can wear the dress that's covering her whole figure and she's accentuated. It's all in the eyes. I don't know.
Okay.
Showing more skin, like what is that?
I guess my point is that, like, if women accentuate their bodies more, wear tighter clothes, because the clothes are tighter now in general.
No, they're not.
That's what I feel.
They're not. Well, because I am a woman and I'm
not saying. I'm saying even dudes wear clothes that are tighter.
I don't think that they're tighter. I mean,
are they tighter, or is it just like social media makes it more prevalent?
Maybe so. That could be.
It just depends on what she's wearing. But I mean, the clothing. It's not the matter. That's the thing. It's not the damn clothing. That doesn't even matter. A woman, I could be dressed in a whole brown paper bag, and I still get catcalled walking down the street.
That's just
I still get, that doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what I'm wearing. It doesn't matter what, it's all in the person who's doing the act. Like it don't matter what you're wearing. That's why that's why rape happens. That's why sexual assault happens. That's why things that happen. It didn't matter what the factors in the, you know what I'm saying? It was all in the, whatever that person who did that act was, the abuser or whatever. It's how they saw it fit, because Shorty could have been wearing full blue jeans and a long sleeve Aeropostale. I don't know. Like it didn't matter. Like it happens every day, and I can't think of, because I didn't come in here with social justice mentality, so I don't have the minds and them. It's not on my heart right now. Forgive me, but the names of all. So it's just. But that's the thing. Like that's what has to be evaluated. It's not, because these narratives, you have to evaluate where they come from and why is it being portrayed in this way. So when we're talking about, like you're mentioning, these clothes being too tight, these whatever is less blah blah blah. But this is just what's comfortable for me. So like to you, well, damn, she's wearing this so and so that's so tight, it's getting all this attention from all this. I didn't ask for that shit. It doesn't matter what I'm wearing. It doesn't matter what I have on and how I put it on or whatever else. Like men are gonna be men regardless. Like y'all, the things that happen and the things that I don't have control over that. So any type of, no, I don't know. We were going somewhere with that, but I lost it.
I don't know. Will had a point. Like, I guess he was showing me a point. Like, with the
he's
clothes
like,
and stuff.
It don't matter.
I don't even.
I mean, no, because like, I guess at the end of the day, she said it like, I guess if a dude has that mentality, he's just going to.
If he has an agenda, he got an agenda.
Yeah.
Oh no, that's.
I mean that, because I don't walk down the street hoping and praying, oh my God, I just hope they talk to me today. 9 times out of 10, I pray to God that I don't get communicated with. Most of the acts that women have are in survival and in the fear of men. The things that we're told to do, as far as make sure you don't walk out, at night by yourself. Make sure you carry your weapon with you. Make sure you got pepper spray and you know how to do taekwondo, and make sure you don't go alone and you can't drink around men that you don't know. And do y'all get told these things? Like, is that like normal, like things that have to just be told to you? Or, call me when you get home so I make sure you made it home safely and X, Y, Z. Like, these are things that are like normal, taught practices, I guess, that women have to adhere to, because of the fact that the norm is that there's not a safe haven for women to just be women. We can't just exist. Like,
honestly, I think we build that safe haven by, of course we want women to be cautious around with their surroundings, but we also just got to go out of our way to talk to other men and be like, yo, do you ever sit and think about why we say these things in the first place? And I learned this when I first got in my first kind of scuffle with a friend who had a kind of sticky situation where he had a woman at his house super late and he thought it was on and popping, and she didn't have that same thought. And he was like, well, why did she come over at this time of night? Blah, 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 blah. And I was like, I mean, maybe she just wanted to hang out, or maybe, if anything else, maybe she went over there to have sex, had the full intentions of having sex, and was all in the zone, and you did something.
You was creepy.
Or something happened.
You know what I'm
saying?
Yeah.
Like, I can also change my mind at any given point.
Mind. And so to have that was an uncomfortable conversation, because it wasn't clicking at all that if you come this far, you should follow through. And he couldn't make the connection that if you're telling somebody that they can't follow through, or they have to follow through no matter what, you bordering into rape territory. Like, he didn't make that connection.
You there? Oh, you there?
Well, see, I said border because I don't think he realized what he was saying. I don't think he's like.
He there.
He didn't have that mindset.
He didn't have the mental connection. Like, you're telling her she has to do this right now.
And then you have to ask yourself, why are you telling her that she has to do this? If someone asked you or told you,
well, that's what I'm saying.
That had to.
That's what I put it to. I was like,
like, how in the world would you feel? How would you react? How would you don't think about those things, but this is what,
So that's just not a thing that we have to face a lot of times in that type of scenario as men.
And that's why you think that's part of the reason we have the disconnect.
That is the main reason.
That is the disconnect.
Absolutely.
You don't have the experience. You don't have the women experience here. And so, I mean, but issue and the resentment and the, like, I see a lot of people talk about, like, there's just this gender war thing going on. It's not a gender war freaking thing going on. It's the fact that women, we're talking about it more, but these are not conversations that are new. Right. These are conversations that have been had. Right. These are conversations that have just been ignored for a very, 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 very long time.
Exactly.
We got a lot of family members. We got a lot of cousins, uncles, aunties, and whoever else that have situations that's happened in the family or wherever else that they don't talk about what Uncle Earl did to little Susan or whatever else. They keep that on the low. That's I don't know if that's just a black family thing too. That's a big.
I think it's a big bad thing
in general. You definitely,
all across the board.
I know it's a real bad black thing. We don't talk about a lot of family trauma in general. So yeah, I mean, and these are conversations that have not. I mean, they're not new. So, but when they're constantly ignored or they're constantly gaslighted or they're constantly devalued, that's when we have these issues where it's like, well, y'all are just tripping. You can't all be. Well, no, we've been talking about this for a long time now. I think you decided that it either wasn't, you couldn't feel it, so it didn't. I don't know. I can't speak on to. I know we're all younger, not younger, but we're young adults, coming into our, like, so we're all coming into, like, what it even means to be a man, woman in the world. Right. I don't know, so.
That's a myriad of reasons, but I think that's the main one.
Yeah.
So, like you mentioned earlier, Queen Latifah and the line at the beginning of the song, do you feel like hip-hop is continuing, I guess, that wave of, like, that says, I am, not necessarily I am woman, because that shit sounds corny. But, like, the thing of, like, I'm here, I won't be disrespected, this, that, and the third.
Oh, absolutely.
You feel like that's being continued? I
mean, that's always going to be. Hip-hop is it's a lot of bravado. It's a lot of, commanding respect. It's a lot of being unapologetic for whatever it is you speak about, talk about, represent. So if women are talking about, taking your man, that fucking baby daddy,
city girls,
where the bag at, you know what I'm saying? That's a big old freak, whatever they want to talk about, and they want to own it and they want to keep it to be their plight. That's what they're going to do. And the thing that people just have to understand and accept and respect and recognize is that whatever this woman, takes on or claims to be her fight or her standpoint, that's hers to choose. Like, it's not about anybody else. It's not about how people feel about it, because it ain't when men, when they do and say what they do, whatever, we're going to talk about it. But 9 times out of 10, it's just not as difficult of a fight for y'all to just exist as you are, because y'all do a lot of weird things. And sometimes y'all just can do that. But when we make one little
shift from what
it is, oh my God, it is crazy to me. So,
I think that's a narrative we all got to be a part of. As men, when I say we all, I mean we all as men got to be a part of changing.
Yeah.
We had that conversation more, it's going to change. But do you want to kill things? Because we run a long time.
Don't rush me. All right, so you ever played the game Fuck, Marry, Kill? I think just about everybody has.
I have.
So this is all about hip hop, all about music, all about women. We're going to be playing repeat, off, and one play. Right. So repeat is marry, kill is off, and fuck is one play.
Sounds like disrespectful.
I know, that's why we changed it. So all right, so one gotta go. I wrote this dumb shit. Mike made me write this shit. Anyways, Lil Kim, Foxy Brown, or Trina.
Make you do nothing.
Ooh, okay. Oh man, y'all coming hard. So
out of the gate.
Oh, okay. You said Lil Kim, Foxy Brown, or Trina. Lil Kim, repeat. I ain't living without my Kim.
Foxy?
They both. They both had. They was on. They both
was, but I like Foxy a little bit more. It's your thing.
Yeah. Hey man, shut up, man. Let her
You're right.
I see. Do more of that with, like,
in real life,
the liberation of women and the sexual objectification thing. Yeah, that one. That action you did.
I'm learning.
It's great. Just baby steps. Trina.
That's
She gotta be on repeat, yo. I can live without Foxy because I got Kim.
You can only choose one. She already breaking the rules of the game.
No, what you
You
mean?
can only pick one
Just
for you.
repeat off.
That's what I said.
Or one
Repeat, Lil Kim, off Foxy,
Oh,
and then we got Trina on repeat because I got Kim.
you can't choose two repeats. You're choosing to repeat.
One's gotta be a one play. You gotta have one repeat.
Oh,
one
I'm
more
sorry.
play.
Well, my one play is Trina. Y'all know what I meant. Shut up.
No, we
I didn't know. I thought you were trying to break the rules of the game.
Why?
The game that we just made up 30 minutes ago.
Right. My bad.
All right. You got Cardi B, Nicki, and City Girl.
Man, what the fuck? Okay. What? Okay.
This is the new age shit right here.
Yeah, because this is. I don't even. I
You
can
just want
live
to
without.
off all of them?
I was like, she about to all
Oh, so
two
now
of
you
them.
let me. break
No,
some
I'm not.
rules?
No.
Okay. You gonna have to. What? God, dog. So I never resonated with mainstream Nicki. It was always background Nicki. You gonna have to off Nicki then. Cardi can be marry her. I feel like she gonna continue to put out something different. She got a little bit more versatility to her, so she might shake me up in the marriage a little bit. We can marry her. City Girls, they might got some versatility, but for the most part, they got a strong sound. We just gonna
So we're
have them on
describing.
one play.
One play. All right. Now we getting. It's gonna be hard now.
Oh God.
Lauryn Hill, Missy Elliott, or Eve.
Ooh shit. Missy getting married.
That's what I think. There you go.
On repeat. Okay, Missy on
Eve.
repeat.
I'm sorry. Yeah, give it back to me in the reverse.
It was just
You fisted and I palmed it.
all right. So get
You
that back.
fist it.
So I did this. Okay.
Man, that's gonna be our handshake.
Okay, but that's it.
So
That's a handshake now.
So it's so complicated.
We
repeat
got it down now.
Missy.
Mm-hmm.
God damn, I love Eve.
We going in the last minute.
But
to LA.
Lauren, I can't.
You just
listen
can't do it, right?
So you gotta put her on one play. Eve gotta go.
Damn, you getting the axe.
Missy, I
World
can't
without
do
Eve.
what? I can't live without Missy. Are you crazy?
The World Without Eve, the TV show.
All right. Got Rico Nasty,
Love that girl.
Jungle Pussy,
I know he doesn't
or
do it.
Tierra Whack. Yeah, Mike.
Sheesh. Oh, you coming hard. Okay. Oh,
I don't know who Jungle Pussy is. This is somebody Mike had.
I like
Pussy
Jungle.
good. Yeah,
Yeah,
she been
Jungle.
there for a
She's
minute.
dope. I can live without Jungle though.
Jungle
I love her,
Pussy.
but I can live without
I'm not
her.
mad at that with the choice.
I got Lauren. They just both earthy. Rico.
Rico and Tierra.
I can't. I'm marrying Tierra. That's final. She coming.
That's final.
Whole marriage is we
Got the rock.
We good for life. Rico on one play for real because I work out to her. She gets me through it.
She's so crazy. It's beautiful.
Gosh.
All right, we got Queen Latifah, MC Light, or Lady of Rage.
You know, I don't really listen to as much Lady Ray, so then that's gonna make that easy for me.
I know I should have put on.
I don't know why you didn't tell me.
It's too late now.
Who is it?
What was you thinking? So then you can offer.
I like to put Rob Diggins in instead of Lady Ray.
You can still offer.
Damn, it made no difference. Never
Yeah,
mind.
it don't because I didn't. I had a distinct. I listened to very distinct people. So then, dang. I mean, Queen. I used to bump her more. Light resonates with me, but that's just when I need to go back to my roots, to be honest. So you can keep her on one play. I gotta put the rock on her.
Queen was spitting back in the day, bro.
I gotta put the rock
All
on
right,
her.
we got Remy Ma. Oh, we had Eve twice. Whoops.
That was his fuck up.
We got Remy Ma. I'm putting Shauna. Remy Ma, Shauna, or the Brad.
Oh, okay. Remy's getting the rock. The Brat is one play, and Shauna.
Somebody better than Shauna.
Y'all
We
right.
do it.
Yeah, you need a couple more southern rappers.
Will
now.
came up with this game at the last minute. This is fun.
Y'all didn't have Crime Mob, Diamond, and Princess.
Whoa.
As an individual artist?
Nah, I just like them better.
Unfair advantage.
Sugar my dress.
But that whole verse is unfair advantage. Like, you
Bro,
have to marry them off of that.
Bro, I've never had dreads and I still do it every time.
just be shaking the ball fade.
Everybody do it all the time.
I'm trying to think. Southern. Yeah, that's cool. All right.
Rennie Rucci.
We talking about locals?
Yeah. Lil Rue.
That's so man.
I'm just talking
Okay.
about Columbia cats.
Really Rucci, Young Baby Tate, and Liddy.
Tate getting married. She versatile. Lydia on one play. Rennie can go.
Yeah.
I mean, I respect it, but that's just not even
What
my.
of that one? You didn't even
Facts.
blink.
Shout out to Liddy.
Yeah, sound old.
Lydia's doing her thing. She got a performance on the 20th at don't know where. I be at a lot of her events.
But you shouted out.
That's my girl. You go, Liddy. Shout out to Raven, Sunray. We ain't talking about rappers, but shout out to R&B
Somebody can rap.
singer. She can rap too. Oh, she got bars.
She do.
She do her thing. Shout out to, I got lots of shout outs, but we'll keep them and savor them for the next time.
Okay, yeah, because we had an hour 30. We gotta wrap. Did you have any more topics, or we at the end of this?
Man.
We at the end of the thing.
We at the end of the thing.
So what are we playing for a different? Oh shit.
So y'all who watch the show, right? Y'all know that we do the thirst of the week at the end of the show. We usually just fawn over whatever woman in the media is doing their thing. But I decided to put like a little audible, you know what I'm saying? Like, look, I got chose. Omaha, you know what I'm saying? And I wanted to make the gorgeous young Na'Cha my thirst of the week. And I was hoping she could kick a little freestyle for us real quick, like, you know what I'm saying?
I'm really gonna actually free for y'all too. I think I'll do it. Written. I don't got much, but I'll try. This is ridiculous. Why did I come here?
Because you love me. And
I love you. That's why we're friends.
you got the SpongeBob imagination.
Friends.
But it's gonna
All right. I'll do what I can. All right. Don't I'm not a rapper. BT Dub. I am a businesswoman. Check the
Okay, don't be outrageous. You go,
Jeez. And somebody throw topics and I'll go off because I can't think right now.
Throw topics.
You gotta just say a topic while I go.
Oh God.
That's all I can do right now.
Like just random topics?
I need bait. That's it.
Tax brackets.
Okay.
Bro, I was super kidding.
Whatever. Where's my instrumental beat?
Oh, we got instrumental. I thought you were gonna do acapella or something.
You got me bent. What you think this is?
We'll take care of this.
You gonna put on some music, sir?
I don't have. Okay.
Who do you think I am?
You a beast.
How about that class?
You a beast. We gonna put on a quiet storm real quick.
That's fine.
Put on that quiet storm beat.
You shall not do that to me. I'm not a rapper.
You are though.
I'm not a rapper.
You are.
I hate these commercials.
What is that? You got some white woman talking on the mic.
Oh my God.
This nigga, okay, bro, this is fucking worse.
Try to slide to.
Oh God. Okay.
You got
Whew.
20 deep bucks. That's not about to happen.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I said sitting with my people, cultivated ignorance, we are equal. Coming to the Carolinas, and you know we here trying to get minor gold digging in the building, and we willing to get ill and illin', and I'm about to say the most random thing on my mind. I don't care because I'm here today to try to tell you how I feel, and I'm here on the mic trying to give you what I like, women in hip hop, and it's nice. I don't know because I'm not a rapper saying what I want today, not a trapper, but I get the cake in the map, and I'm about to give you days, calendars, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, fruit salad, giving me some cantaloupe and some avocado with the allergy. I don't know, but I'm gonna say what I need, and I'm gonna keep going and flowing because I speak everything I need on the beat, and I'm spitting to my beat. Quiet storm in the building, and you know we coming weekly, like it's just gonna say things that rhyme. Sis, cat in the hat, 1, 2, 3. Red fish, blue fish, fish. I don't know, but I'm gonna keep the flow because I keep with the and this is how it go. This is how it go. Getting on the mic today, and I'm giving them a show, and I'm saying what I want because you know I got the beat. Shake my feet. It's time to eat. I'm kind of hungry.
Black
Need some
woman.
food.
That's from black woman.
Women. Hey, black excellence. Black is golden. Skin like we molding all of the world to give us the feeling that we need because we got the gold in our veins. Keeping it like a mane because I'm like a lion. I got the dreads and I keep it flying. I'm gonna keep so high and I don't know what I'm saying, but I'm gonna keep playing. I'm not a rapper, Mike. I hate you for this.
No, you don't.
But it's okay. I'm gonna say give me another topic.
Water.
Okay. So I got the Fiji bottle in front of me, about to give it all I need. I'm about to drink this from my niggas in Flint because they miss all of the water they need because it's this. I don't know what the fuck is going on. Damn, are we done here? Jesus Lord, that was terrible.
No, it wasn't.
That was
do
so
so,
bad.
man. It's the thirst of the week, Star. What you
Y'all
want to do,
are
man?
funny. Y'all are hilarious. Oh, yay.
Thank
Woo.
you.
That was amazing.
I appreciate y'all for having me on here.
We appreciate you.
Freestyling is great.
Listen.
It's not dead. I just couldn't keep it alive right there. But it's okay.
You
Come
did,
till
though.
we can all eat where you'll see some,
Boom.
This is the Black Business Shout Out of the Week.
MCs definitely
Fucking
doing
cheater
their
with
thing.
this shit.
Black business, what?
We have
We
a
have a
Black Business Shout Out.
He's supposed to go out and find a black business to shout out, but he just takes
No,
advantage of who was the guest.
Oh, so you didn't want me to do? Okay, fine.
We already talked about the
Okay,
whole half
fine.
of
Okay,
That's
it.
cool.
You got another black business?
okay.
You got another black business?
This is the one I picked.
Go ahead.
That's hilarious.
Go ahead and do his job for him, please, Na'Cha. With this,
Shout out.
one last shout out about We Can All Eat.
We Can All Eat Showcase movement happening April 27th. It will be doors open at 8 o'clock. Yep, 8 o'clock. I had to think about it, 8 or 8:30. Cre gonna correct me if I'm
I
wrong.
believe it's, what is it, $8 in advance and $10 at the door?
At the door, yeah. Yeah, Rudy Hayes, Rayla June, DJ. I don't know all the names on the bill. It's a wide variety. Y'all can throw it up there. But yeah, live ciphers, performances. I think there is. See, I'm speaking on things I don't want to. Y'all gonna come out. Just come out. Come have a good time. Y'all see everything when y'all get there.
You see everything?
When you get there.
It's going to be amazing. We're going to be in the building.
Boom. I'll be trying to hit another freestyle on the mic because they always make me do it before. Nobody ever wants to cipher free and they'll be like, Na'Cha, do that thing you do.
Do that thing you do. That's how you know you're talented. When people be waiting for you.
Someone check a job routine.
Okay. Yeah, do that thing again.
Show starts at 8:30.
8:30. Thank you. Sorry. Jesus, Lord. I'm trying to get y'all in the building way earlier.
No, come at 8 o'clock.
At 8 o'clock, be there.
Your black asses.
That's what I'm telling. I'm gonna tell y'all 8 o'clock and y'all be there at 8:30. Boom.
Exactly.
CP time.
We're going to get better with that.
I appreciate
I'm
y'all
starting
for
off
having me
so-
out.
We appreciate you.
Yeah, thank you very much.
It wasn't
Awesome
so bad.
What would you like your rainbow to say?
But we ain't these, man. We got money for this shit.
My rainbow is going to say golden.
Golden. You got, how we gonna
Golden.
do it? Golden.
Oh, all right, Mike, here you go.
Start that way.
Golden.
And then somebody
Somebody
do
do
this after the show.
for
Yeah, there you go. We're gonna make it happen.
I love it.
Thank you, Na'Cha.
Y'all are great.
We love you very much.
We
Thank
want to
you,
thank
audience.
everybody for joining us this week. I didn't mean to
Both
cut
my
you
life.
off, but they're really here for me and Na'Cha. So, yeah, we want to thank everybody
Actually,
for
we have
joining us
blocks
this
and he
episode.
Exactly. Combine lock powers. He'll disappear. He'll fade away.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well.
Anyways, can I get through this, Mike?
Oh.
Can you read?
I don't need to read. I got it off the dome, bro.
Off the dome. Go ahead, man.
So we want to thank everybody for joining us this week. We want to thank lovely Na'Cha Saeed for joining us.
Yeah.
Please make sure you go to the event. We Can All Eat, April 27th at Taps Art Center. Also, please make sure you like, share, subscribe to all the shit we got going on.
Yes.
So you read the prompt.
And Cultivated Ignorance on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, your mama's house, anywhere you
now
can.
you've been
Anywhere you can find.
That's why they hate him. That's why they like him. That's exactly why.
My socials, Na'Cha Saeed, N-A-C-H-A, Saeed spelled S-A-E-E-D. On all platforms, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Follow your gal.
Please follow her. Thank y'all, everybody that was popping in the chat. I was trying to just like y'all because y'all were going crazy. I'm gonna go back and comment or whatever, but thank y'all so much for sharing the discussion in the chat because y'all were getting it on and popping.
Cree, follow Cree.
Follow Cre. Cre
Speaks Media. Cree does it all. She really does. She's awesome. She's doing her thing. Follow Candace of Binact.
Yeah.
But I am not a critic though.
Follow all the black women doing it.
On Insta? Yeah, Insta.
Yes.
Follow Ill Vibe Tribe. Follow all of them.
All of them.
Follow Liddy. Follow Rennie. I don't know. Pay all the women homage. Reparations.
Reparations. All the women.
Let's start there. No,
That's
I'm
it.
kidding. We ain't getting into that. All right.
Let's be on the next podcast. All right.
Thank y'all.
Thank y'all. I love y'all. We'll hate y'all.
I love you too.